Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com, and it is a huge week for your Cincinnati Bengals as they try to take down one of the NFL's two remaining undefeated teams. The Miami Dolphins coming to town in 48 hours. Thursday night football, Paycor Stadium. It's a whiteout. And it's time to take our first look at the Miami Dolphins. A quick reminder to subscribe right here on YouTube. Make sure you ring the bell. Bengals on the Brain with Joe Goodberry. Tuesday night at 8. He's going to look at Joe Burrow, Trey Hendrickson, and so much more from week 3. Plus, Elise, Jesse, and the OT. They're moving up a day this week to Wednesday at 8 Eastern. Elise is going to have Rocky Boyman on to preview Thursday night's matchup. But let's take a first look at the matchup because there's a lot to dive into. There's a lot of different storylines going into this, from Tyreek Hill calling out Eli Apple, saying, "I own you, boy," which is what he said after the Dolphins improved to 3-0 on Sunday and beat the Bills, or as far as this defense just trying to slow down, not just Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle, Mike Gesicki, etc. And let's start there because Lou Anarumo, he's familiar with Tyreek Hill, but he even said it. You can't play this Dolphins offense the same way you played the Chiefs offense last year. And I know Lou got a lot of praise for that, but I agree with him. Why? Well, Tua Tagovailoa is not Patrick Mahomes. He's playing well. He's not Patrick Mahomes. How well is he playing? The Dolphins are 8th in points through 3 weeks. They are 4th in passing yards. Tua led them back from a 3-score deficit against the Ravens a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, we saw what he did against the Bills. And they didn't put up a ton of points against the Bills, but they put up enough. And so on a short week, finding a way to contain. You're not going to be able to stop all of these guys, but contain. Jaylen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Mike Gesicki. The running game hasn't done much, but the Dolphins have so many weapons in that quick passing game that they're going to use with Tua Tagovailoa. I think that the key, shocker, get pressure on Tua. Make him a bit uncomfortable. And I think that they could certainly do that. But my initial thought is this is going to be a fireworks type of game. Now, Thursday night football, sometimes those games are ugly, they're sloppy, but you have 2 offensive-minded coaches, you have 2 loaded offenses, and the Dolphins defense, well, they're giving up a 104 passer rating to opposing quarterbacks so far this year. They've only gotten 6 sacks. They haven't gotten the pressure they'd wanted to. Now, they did make Josh Allen uncomfortable at times last week, and they hit him, and they have guys, right? They have Melvin Ingram. They have guys that are going to get after the passer, and so we'll see if this Bengals offensive line can hold up. But you look at the team stats, and that tells you that this Bengals offense should be able to move the ball up and down the field, and they're going to need to. It can't be like the Jets game where they get off to a quick start, and then the offense kind of just whimpers out after that first quarter. I mean, think about it. They had 14 first-quarter points. Finished with 27. Yeah, you have the missed field goal, but they weren't the explosive offense that you're going to need this week. I think this is probably a 30-point week where you need to get to that 30-point mark. The Dolphins averaging 27-plus per game. It is a short week, so there could be some sloppiness in there. Lou Anarumo talked about that. Find a way to contain the speedsters and force turnovers. And the Bengals obviously forced turnovers against the Jets. They need to do the same against the Dolphins. And then on the flip side, can you continue to keep Joe Burrow upright? A lot is being made about Joe Mixon in the run game. And I get it, understand it, and they're going to need the run game. At the same time, when you have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Hayden Hurst, who I think continues to come along and make plays, this is the game where the passing, it's going to carry you to a win, or you're not going to be able to protect, and it's going to be really tough to hang around and beat the Dolphins. And so there's going to be a lot of build-up going into this game. Miami 3-0, all of those things. It's the perfect time to shock some people, especially with power rankings coming out on Tuesday, and the Dolphins sitting at the top in some of them. Quick reminder to make sure that you get to Rivertown Inkery. This video brought to you by Rivertown Inkery, rivertowninkery.com. If you're looking for whiteout, right, with the whiteout Thursday, they have it at Rivertown Inkery and rivertowninkery.com. So if you're coming into town, and I've already had a bunch of you reach out, hey, are you having an event? We're not having an event for Thursday night football. It's been kind of a chaotic week with the road game against the Jets. It's a short week, but you can and you should drive up to Oakley. It's a quick Uber ride, 10 minutes. There's a lot of bars around there. You can experience Cincinnati. There's a skyline right there. But also stop in to Rivertown, Inkery, get some Bengals swag ahead of that Thursday night football matchup. And if you want to check it out before you go, that's fine. Just go to rivertowninkery.com. Look, this is a huge matchup. And I was talking to a coach last week, and I was like, look, the sky isn't falling. I was like, obviously you got to win this week, the Jets week. But in a 5-day span, you can go from 0-2 to 2-2 and have a road matchup against Baltimore with potentially first place in the division on the line. Now, it depends what else happens. And he's like, yeah, exactly. He's like, we're not panicking. And they knew that. And so now it's the quick flip, the quick turn. Bengals practicing on Tuesday. They'll do a walkthrough on Wednesday, but not much. And then Thursday, boom. It is time for Thursday night football. And we're going to have a ton on this. Like I said, Joe Goodberry Tuesday night, Elise Jesse previewing it with Rocky Boyman on Wednesday. I'm going to have a ton. You still got to get my picks. Everything is all thrown together now. And, of course, we're going to be at Paycor Stadium. You're going to get pregame, postgame coverage as well. So if you're new to the channel, not every video is recorded in a hotel room with a blank wall as a backdrop, but that's how it works on the road sometimes mid-season. And we're excited. The Bengals, they have a shot to get to 2-2 in their last two, and really build some momentum after what was an ugly start. Can they do it against the Dolphins? We'll get our predictions on Wednesday, but a ton coming your way. So high-powered offense. Tua Tagovailoa suddenly good under Mike McDaniel. These wide receivers, super speedy. On the flip side, I think these Bengals wide receivers, they got to show up, come up big. Jamar Chase is going to have to be involved early and often. T. Higgins is going to have to continue to do T things. Yes, it was a touchdown. Not sure why they didn't call it touchdown to me. And so Cincinnati Bengals talks gotcha T. We're going to call that a touchdown. Make a couple more plays like that on Thursday. And if the Bengals do that, I think they have a real shot to hand the Dolphins their first loss of the season. So for our channel coordinator, Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien signing off for now right here on CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk.